Good evening. The commencement exercises for the class of 2020 are called to order. I'm Dr. Eric Darr, president of Harrisburg University of Science and Technology. First, and most important, congratulations, class of 2020. Greetings to all, our graduates and families from the world watching on live stream. It is a bit different this year. What a jumble of feelings and emotions I'm sure that most of you must be feeling. Pride, joy, and of course, more than a bit of frustration and disappointment that we're not all together to celebrate with our families and friends. I understand. This is a moment you've worked for years and waited to celebrate. What a great accomplishment. This is not what you expected, not what Harrisburg University wanted to give you. Commencement is the fountain of youth for the university. It's our annual reminder of why we do what we do. It energizes us for the year to come. And I personally miss the excitement and pure emotion of commencement. I miss the balloons, the flowers, and the screams of joy from friends and family. I miss seeing a sea of mortarboard caps in front of me. But I bet that many of you are wearing them anyway, and congrats to those that are. Good for you. That cap and gown signify one of the most important milestones of your life. For that reason, for that irrepressible hope in every one of you, we couldn't be prouder. At this crucial moment in history, you represent all the grit and determination, resilience that this university stands for. You signed up for a university that changes fast, and you got it. We never intended to deliver a life lesson this stark, although we do pride ourselves on hands-on learning. But wherever you are right now, you stand for the power of an upstart to show the world how to get things done. When this university sent its first graduating class into the world, there were 9 people. Yes, you heard that right, 9. But they too wore caps and gowns. They too thanked parents and family and friends for getting them to the finish line. They too understood that a degree isn't just a piece of paper. And in case you were wondering, there are 998 graduates this year in 2020. A degree from Harrisburg University gives you superpowers. In fact, in this upside-down world, your Harrisburg University degree and the experience behind it are more relevant than ever. Just look at what you've been doing even while students. Some of you have applied advanced manufacturing techniques to manufacture through 3D printing personal protective equipment. Some of you have produced algorithms that help health institutions draw meaning from mountains of COVID-19 data. HU students created a gaming app that reveals how our backgrounds affect our ability to learn, even though it meant finding innovative ways to collaborate in the age of social distancing. Members of the class of 2020, you stepped up to all the challenges and you succeeded. In fact, if you think about it, this is already the second world-changing event, perhaps the third, depends on how you want to count it, in your young lives. Most of you remember the events of 9/11, although you were probably young children at the time. You remember the Great Depression of 2008 and the effects that it may have had on your families. The repercussions of those awful time periods are woven deeply into our lives and affect the way we behave today. Now you are enduring the age of COVID-19 with all its uncertainties today and in the future. It's not easy, I know, but just as the nation discovered on that tragic day, September 11th, we are learning to rise together to meet a challenge. This is your moment to change the world for the better around you. I know it's in your nature and in the lessons that your parents and grandparents taught you, but I like to think we at HU played a part as well. Even in this last semester, when other universities shut down operations, you joined us in refusing to let learning stop. We adapted, And you adapted right along with us by embracing online learning in a way that you never had to before. And of course, why not? I know the world looks scary right now, but all the graduates entering the workforce and postgraduate programs, you are the most in demand. You are ready for e-commerce. You are ready for biotech research and the demands of highly sophisticated nursing professions. You are skilled in analytics, data science, and cybersecurity. You are ready for master's and doctorate programs where you'll develop even deeper knowledge and the skills to solve important global problems. You are even ready, perhaps, for the burgeoning world of esports, the only true sport, I might add, that continued to play during the pandemic. The university was founded on the principle of aligning technology and science education with real-world needs in business and commerce. Today, you are proof of the power of our founding principle. You know what your degree is for because we plunked you down into the real world and asked you to succeed. And succeed you did. And as these last few months have demonstrated, the real world needs you very badly. No one can promise that your next steps will be easy, but I'd like to think that Harrisburg University has given you the tools needed to persevere and forge a path that leads to your dreams. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. I would now like to turn it over to introduce Mark Singal of the Board of Trustees and a former Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for his thoughts. Mark?
Thank you, Mr. President. The great philosopher and late-night comic Stephen Colbert once said that life is improvisation. You have no idea what's going to happen, and you are mostly just making things up as you go along. The graduating class of 2020 certainly had no idea that they would be facing a pandemic in addition to all of their other academic challenges. Because of your perseverance and creativity, because Harrisburg University and all of you were able to make things up as we went along, you have prevailed. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Harrisburg University, I offer you not only our congratulations, but our sincere thanks. You hung in there with us, and you proved that our belief in the quality of our students was well placed. You also helped us demonstrate that our focus on technology is not only a pathway to success in today's world, it is an essential commodity when worldwide disruptions occur. Think about it. If not for virtual meetings and communications during the COVID-19 crisis, the economy would have ground to a complete standstill. If not for innovations like HU's own use of a 3D printer for personal protective equipment, thousands of more patients and caregivers would have suffered. If not for HU's nimble shift to online studies, you would not be graduating today. Gabriel Garcia Marquez writes vividly about love and loss against the backdrop of a cholera pandemic. That pandemic lasted 50 years, and the story is about a couple approaching old age, and they realized that they had survived the pandemic and all the ups and downs of marriage itself. It was the time when they loved each other best, without hurry or excess, when both were most conscious of their incredible victories over adversity. Life would still present them with other mortal trials, of course, but that no longer mattered. They were on the other shore. As we struggle to find love and compassion in this time of coronavirus, understand that your ability to persevere has saved you. You were able to complete your studies under unusual conditions. In the process, you have helped stabilize Harrisburg University for years and generations to come. You will face your own mortal trials in the future, but it doesn't matter because you have come out on the other side. No matter what happens in the aftermath of the coronavirus, we have confidence that there are leaders among you who are trained to bring their knowledge and skills to the challenges ahead. No matter how many students come to HU in the future, we will always have a special place in our hearts for those of you who are with us this year. We note that your degree today is the result of hard work and an unusual degree of courage and commitment. We think it will serve you well in all of your endeavors. Godspeed, class of 2020.
Hello, we miss you. We're glad you're with us. Before we confer the degrees, I'd like to add my hearty congratulations to those already offered for the 2020 graduates. I also want to give a special shout out before we begin. Congratulations to Paul Wesley Rissler. Paul is this year's recipient of the Joe Cannon Award for Academic Excellence in Computer Science. Congratulations, Paul. Wherever you are tonight, you should be excited. Each of you should be proud. You've achieved something significant. You've succeeded because of your hard work and dedication and the support of many others. I wanted to take just a few minutes of your time to share with you some thoughts as you continue your professional and personal journey and before we confer the degrees. Without boring you about the details of how my mind works, sometimes unresolved issues of importance to me often take the form of song fragments that play over and over again in my mind until I pay attention to them and figure out what's behind them. Lately, the refrain from the 1987 REM song, "It's the End of the World as We Know It," it's the end of the world as we know it, has been drifting to the top of my thoughts on a regular basis. While the times we currently live in are indeed predicted by some to be the end of the world as we know it, it ignores the remainder of the refrain to that song, which ends in, "and I feel fine." It's that part of the refrain that offers hope and perspective and opportunity, and upon which I have been reading and reflecting. While, as has been true throughout history, this particular time in pandemic is described as an unmitigated calamity that will hopefully occur only once in this generation, it also signals an end to business as usual, which may not be a bad thing. Again, throughout history, calamities and disasters and wars are often the tragic backdrop against which new perspectives and innovations are born. In a recent article in The Guardian, it is stated that crisis and disaster have continuously set the stage for change, often for the better. Arresting business as usual helps break stalemates and deadlocks. It pulls populations together around a shared tragedy. It compels us to ask really hard questions on a societal level and puts front and center the necessity for innovation. There are people who actually make a research career of crisis studies, and they seem to fall into two camps. One camp looks at the perspective of how crises are leveraged by the already powerful for their continued gain. The second camp looks at crises as an opportunity to take a new look at what is needed in the world. It's this latter perspective that I hope you, as a graduate and as you celebrate your achievement, will take into the world. It rests with you as the up-and-coming innovators and thought leaders of your generation to seize opportunity to think differently, experiment and innovate around really big issues like the way we work, the way we create, the way we learn, the way we communicate and connect, the way we celebrate and play, and the way we support each other. For example, rather than pursuing the elusive return to business as usual, let's set up our current fight against a virus as a means by which we can approach business and politics in a more humane and secure way. A means by which, as written by Solnit in A Paradise Built in Hell, we open up human reserves of improvisation, solidarity, and resolve. A means by which we create pockets of joy among loss and pain. For example, researchers have tracked and mapped pollution before the pandemic began and the weeks and months after and since. Go look at these yourself. They're amazing. With quarantines and stay-at-home orders, which none of us really like, the drastic change for the better in pollution levels in such a short period of time is truly phenomenal. So how can you, with your science and technology expertise, perpetuate such a change to positively impact climate change beyond the pandemic? As such, you are a potential and invaluable part of the solution in the endless possibilities created by this sad disruption. Finally, after a pause, I'd like to share some advice a mentor of mine gave me long ago that has served me well over the years and decades. Remember to watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. And watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Tonight's graduation is just one goal among many more to come. This diploma is a measure of what you can accomplish, proof that you can set your sights on a star and build a craft to get there. Now, what we've all been waiting for, on to the conferring of the degrees. Hopefully you have something to toast each other with wherever you are. Trustee Single, upon the recommendation of the faculty and after certification by the Director of Records and Registration, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Science. These students have completed the prescribed course of study in their major and are presented to you for the conferral of the degrees.
By unanimous action of the Board of Trustees from authority granted by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining, and I declare that you are well prepared to contribute innovative work to the field in which you have studied. I hope you all at home are applauding yourselves. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Now, for the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Trustee Single, upon the recommendation of the faculty and after certification by the Director of Records and Registration, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. These students have completed the prescribed course of study in their major and are presented to you for the conferral of the degrees.
By unanimous action of the Board of Trustees from authority granted by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining, and welcome you into the community of educated women and men. Once again, I hope that you and your families are applauding at home. Congratulations.
This is the time in the ceremony where we begin the presentation of degrees. This year we selected one student to receive a diploma on behalf of the class of 2020. That student is Tiffany Smith. She is the president of the Student Government Association and has been a model student leader. She is graduating today with a degree in environmental science. Tiffany started her journey with us in 2016 as a member of the University Fellowship Program. She has led events, represented the university in front of elected officials, formed new clubs, and has been a terrific advocate for all students. I will add that she's also represented the students and herself very well before the Board of Trustees on multiple occasions. Tiffany maintained her academic vigor throughout her time, presenting in 3 conferences and working as a research assistant on a grant project under the direction of her faculty. Tiffany, please come forward and accept this diploma on behalf of your fellow students. Congratulations.
Okay. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the entirety of Harrisburg University's class of 2020. Despite recent challenges, we made it. Bear with me one last time as we say our last goodbye to some of the most memorable years of our lives. I know for me, it feels like just yesterday we were looking at what classes we were going to take next and saying, see you next semester to our friends and our professors. This year, though we did not get the chance to say all of the heartfelt goodbyes we were really hoping for, I know that for many of us, this is not goodbye forever. Our time here may have seemed long, but was a brief part of what is to come for all of us into the future. I know we're all going on to do great things, whether it's in the lab, the field, or through our own business ventures. This is just the first step into the rest of this adventure that we call life, as cliche as that may sound. But we have to remember the time we've spent here at HU. When coming to college, I feel like everyone has a different goal, besides just getting the degree. As a student coming in as a commuter, I was worried that I wasn't going to get the full college experience. However, the community we have here is amazing. There was no chance that I was going to be able to sit out. The friends I've made here, in my peers, and in my professors, are for a lifetime. Our year has been one of the most influential classes here at HU. We built up so much and truly left a mark. All of us who are club officers, lab assistants, IT technicians, peer mentors, and tutors, I know that I'm proud to say that we created great memories here at HU, not just for us, but for those who came in after us as well. There is no erasing what we have done here. Even the communities surrounding us will have a hard time forgetting us. Through the food drives and street cleanups, fundraisers, and even camps that students have done for those in the community. This is the part of our legacy. Though we may not want to admit it, this university has driven us to be better than we were when we first came. We are the year of adapting and overcoming. What the world has thrown at us has been a challenge. We know that we can achieve great things when we set our minds to it. There is no stopping us now. As we move on, we set bigger and better goals for us to strive for, and I have no doubt in my mind that we will be seeing each other in the future. Whether through scientific papers, graphic designs, or these new businesses and brands that I see all the time. But there is still one thing left to do here. I humbly accept this diploma on behalf of all of the HU class of 2020. This may not have been the way we all wanted to end our time here, but after everything our professors and staff have done to help finish out our final year, I think we should all be #HU proud.
Thank you, Tiffany. I believe I speak for all of us at Harrisburg University when I say that you represent the very best of the qualities present in the class of 2020. Dedication, perseverance, public spiritedness. We all hear wonderful things about you and your classmates in the years to come. We know you will be proud ambassadors for education you received at Harrisburg University. And there is no doubt that the mark that you have left at the university will be remembered always for the students that come after you, as well as for the community members that you've served while being here. As we come to the close of this very unusual, but no less meaningful ceremony, I'd like to share one last thought. Wherever you are around the world at this moment, and for the rest of your lives, Harrisburg University will always be your home. As we near the end of the ceremony, stay focused on the live stream channel, for we will list the members of the class of 2020. Many of you have shared photos and personal reflections. We are thankful for that. We are honored to share them with all of you. You are welcome to share your accomplishments and successes with us throughout your lives, and frankly, we look forward to it and expect it. When you overcome a challenge, we'll be the first to cheer. When you achieve a breakthrough that changes lives, we will shout it from the top of our buildings. Additionally, Tyler Ross, a 2018 graduate of Harrisburg University, is hosting an online dance party in honor of the class of 2020. It starts at 8 p.m. online at rossproductionspa.com. I have no idea what to expect, but I'll be there. I have to imagine your faces right now, and I'm imagining big smiles. This is usually the part of the ceremony when I recognize all those people who got you to this moment. It's, for me, the best part of the ceremony. I get to have everybody in the audience stand and clap in unison and cheer and holler for their graduates and their family and all of the hardships that they've overcome. Sorry to disappoint you. I won't let a pandemic stop me. So, without further ado, parents and grandparents of the class of 2020, wherever you are, you deserve all the thanks we can give you for your undying sacrifices and support. Please stand. Siblings, your inspiration and encouragement are priceless. And aunts and uncles, no one better at occasionally kicking some sense into your nieces and nephews. Please stand. Friends, you have never doubted that this day would happen. Please stand. And Harrisburg University, faculty and staff, you gave your students the gift of learning, and no one can ever take that away from them. Please stand. So to the class of 2020, this semester didn't end as you imagined. I'm sorry for that. But I'm confident that you will be okay. Your imagination is limitless, and now you can imagine a future for yourself where this degree and what you've accomplished will take you down new pathways and open new doors. That is the future. Together or apart, that is what we're celebrating. One final time, congratulations to the class of 2020.